Hi, I'm Shelly and welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about my June to be read list, my TBR list for June. My list is quite ambitious for me and I'm going to get into why I chose such an ambitious list and what's different about June's to be read list versus other months. And yeah, let's just get into it. The first book on my to be read list is Kate Chopin's The Awakening. I've heard about this book for a very long time. It's about a young woman's sexual awakening, and this is actually my library's discarded copy. I bought it, and see, it says discard right here. So they weeded this from their collection, and their loss is my incredible gain. So I'm so glad to have this. It's a very short book. It's 190 pages. And so I chose some short books this month because I just really wanted to get through a lot of paper books that I've been owning and that I've owned and not read. My next book is W. Somerset Maugham's Up at the Villa. To be honest, we're a couple days into June and I've actually already finished this book. This has been on my book. It was recommended by a friend and it was one of her favorite reads, and so her and I really love books with a lot of character development, and I knew that she would recommend me something that was a delight and character driven, and so I picked this up and read it. My review is going to be forthcoming. The third book on my TBR list is Sean Greer's Less. This is a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. I tend to buy Pulitzer Prize winning novels and then just hold on to them and not read them. So I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to work on that. And so that's why I picked up this book to be read, because I want to get through Pulitzer Prizes that I own and haven't read. The next book follows that same pattern. It is a Pulitzer Prize winning novel that I own and I haven't read, which is The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I don't know much about this. I read his other Pulitzer Prize winning novel, The Underground Railroad, last year, which was a really amazing experience. And so I picked up this book. Actually, I bought both books before I even read one. And I just figured I might like it. So anyways, this is the next book that I want to read in June. And The Underground Railroad was an amazing experience. I can talk about it in a different video, but this is my next to be read list, to be read book on my list. All right, the fifth book on my to be read list is Anita Diamant's. Not sure how to say her last name, so that's how I'm saying it. And it's her book, The Red Tent, which is something that I've actually heard about for a very long time, and I heard it was a great read. I cannot tell you where I first heard about it. It's just been in the back of my mind as one of those books that is character driven and a really insightful and delightful read about ancient Jewish culture and biblical times through a woman's perspective, which I was really intrigued by. But also on top of that, it's one of those books that still gets talked about today, even though it was written some time ago. Sometime as in like maybe a decade or two. But in my opinion, it still hasn't lost steam. Yeah, it was written in 1997, so 24 years ago, or published 24 years ago rather. And I don't know, I was just really intrigued, and I saw it at a bookstore and decided to grab it. And this is going to be my the fifth book of my TBR. Whether I'm going to read it in that order, I'm not really sure. All right, my sixth book, and the last one that I have in paper form, is Jeff Smith's Bone. My husband has been asking me or encouraging me to read this for years. I try and read some graphic novels every year. I do enjoy them, though it's not always the first type of book that I grab. And we own Bone, I've heard it's amazing and I wanted to finally sit down and start it. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I'll definitely start it this month. And yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm actually really intrigued by his illustration style, and I can't wait to like get into it and into the book and better understand Jeff Smith's artistic direction and his creativity and the way that he's going to be telling a story through both words and pictures and art. So that is my 6th book, and my last book is on my Kindle. Now, it was recommended by Angelica Niekvist, and it is called The Assassin's Assistant. Though, whenever I say it, I constantly say The Assistant's Assassin. I don't know, it's just me. And that's by Robin Hobb. And I actually started that one. I wasn't sure if it was going to be for me, but it's a fantasy, which is not something that I normally gravitate towards. And I just picked it up, and I was really intrigued, and I was already delighted by the way the story was going, so I decided to keep going with it. So my normal reading style is I listen to a couple of books a month, or I listen to a book a month, and I read books. But I read paper books or on my Kindle. And I usually have one going in each of those formats. So I'm listening to a book, I have a paper book going, and I'm reading something on my Kindle. But this year in 2021 so far, I've noticed that I am just listening to a ton of books. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I noticed that I was spending more time listening to books than sitting down and spending time reading books. So for June, my idea was that I wasn't going to listen to any books this month, and I was going to spend all of my time reading paper books like this. However, Robin Hobb's The Assassin's Assistant really captured me on my Kindle, and so I just added that to my to-be-read list. And normally I don't quite get through this many books a month, so it is really ambitious, but I'm interested. I'm following myself with great interest. I'm following my reading habits with great interest, as I sort of am wondering what I'll end up reading this month, though I've set out to read these 7 books. I wonder how it will actually shake out. So I don't know, stay tuned to see what I actually read. And yeah, thanks for watching. I am so excited to be here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.